today I was just looking in the kitchen, and it's really mostly local. I think we're using a little bit of black pepper and a little bit of salt and a tiny bit of olive oil, but most of all, the salt is from Maine. We're using spicy peppers, red peppers, which were grown in Massachusetts, and the canola oil that we're using is also from Maine. So, and butter from Vermont. So we're running it about, I'd say about 98% local, maybe even higher. My name is JJ Gonson. I own Cuisine en Locale, which is a personal chef service. We've been cooking privately for people for years, and recently I started something called the Shared Food Program, where once a week a group of cooks cooks together for as many people as have bought a share for the week, and then we split all the food we cook evenly between those people, and it goes out by bicycle when it's all cold. It comes out to be competitive with takeout. So if you think that a person might stop and spend about $30 on takeout and get maybe enough food for a meal with a little bit of leftovers, it's $100 a week for members for this share. And people have reported that they have enough food for 8 meals, whether it's for 2 people for 4 meals or for 1 person for 8 meals. So we think that at $25, that's for 2 people, that's competitive with crappy takeout. There's 3 reasons why I think it's important to eat food that's produced locally. The first is, as a chef, I think it tastes better. It hasn't traveled as far. Food always, especially fresh food, tastes best right after it's picked. And then as a mom, nutrition. And then finally, when you eat local and you put money into the local economy, you develop a healthy community that feels good about itself and supports itself. And that's the kind of community that I want to live in. I write the menu and I design the menu with sort of a lot of feedback and interaction, but the menu is largely based on whatever we find when we go and aggregate food. And usually we're aggregating food 2 days before we're cooking it.
Continue 1.7 miles, then turn right on River Drive. Recalculating. Drive 0.2 miles, then turn right on Highland Circle. Turn left on Rock Hill Road.
Where are we going now?
I'm wondering why it would have this tree.
Because I was supposed to go on the road and I went the wrong way.
Recalculating. Turn sharply left on Huntington Road.
Turn sharply left. I don't memorize the menu very well, so I'm going to tell you it, and I'm going to try to remember what we're making in there right now. Veal cutlets, which are being seared and then braised with white wine, and then served with a reduction of white wine, and ramps, which are baby leeks, wild foraged ramps, one of the first things that we get in this area. There's a short rib of beef from Stillman Farm. All the meat is Stillman. Short ribs of beef are being braised with a lot of wonderful root vegetables that we got when we went out to Western Massachusetts. We got lots of parsnips and carrots and the parsnips and stuff like that are going into that braise of short ribs, which is going to be served over an herb spätzle that's being made with locally grown and milled wheat and local herbs from Vermont by way of Farmers to You, a wonderful farm-to-consumer organization. Cape Cod clam chowder. My mom and I grew up making clam chowder, and so quahogs, very important to use quahogs because you get a lot of flavor from the shells, and use clam stock and milk, and there's potatoes and onions and clams and bacon, of course. Have to have bacon.